Hello and welcome to my show. My name is Andrea and I'm covering here different topics for job seekers, even if you're passive or active job seekers. This is a podcast and the YouTube channel about, just a recruiter, and I'm sharing some tips and tricks. This is my fourth show, and thank you so much for everybody who shared some feedback with me. I really, really appreciate, any feedback I'm getting and any comments you might have made. So I'm trying to slow down a little bit to make it more understandable for you. It might be a speed, sometimes my accent is coming through. We will actually cover the accent question and this topic on a later show. It's a very exciting topic as well. But today I would like to talk about how to be in the present, how to do and make the most out of the 24 hours that we are given as a gift every single day. Phil mentioned this in the comment that it's so difficult, and I believe, and I find myself very difficult, to be in the present and live for the moment, because we are thinking about so many things that happened in the past. We are carrying that baggage with us, and for some reason we don't not want to put it down. And when we think about the past and carrying that with us, it actually gives us a huge depression, or it's actually a road to be depressed easily. Or if we are thinking about a future event that might happen, might not happen, but we are going through all over again in our head, that might give us some sort of anxiety. So if we live in the past, we could be very depressed, and if we keep thinking about the future, we can be very, very anxious. And this is so true. It's so difficult to be in the present and just be appreciated and appreciative, what's given today for us. Why is it difficult? Because we are humans and we cause the difficulty for ourselves. Our brain just doesn't let us so easily, to drop what happened in the past and move on. Or we want to be very well prepared for the future that hasn't happened yet. By the way, most of the worries are not happening at all, or they are happening in a completely different way that we are not at all prepared for. So if you think about, a tree or a bird, let's start with a tree. Have you ever heard or seen a tree would be depressed because the leaves are falling down, and the tree would be, oh, I don't want the winter to come, I don't want to lose my leaves, and what's going to happen to me now, and worried about the future. Will the spring ever come? Will I ever have new buds and new flowers? And will I ever have new leaves, and will they be green? No, the trees don't do that. Also, have you ever heard a bird or any animal would have had a stomach ulcer because of anxiety and because of the nervousness and stress? They don't stress. They don't have stomach ulcers. And we humans, we're very good at being depressed and thinking about what just happened, and have a lot of anxiety about the future, what might happen. And actually, they probably don't at all happen that way. I give you an example. I just bought a big bag of carrots the other day. I do it often because I always want to make a nice soup out of the carrots. And, I left it there and it started to rotten, and I was like, okay, so here we go again. What do I need to do now, or what am I going to do now? So if I see a bag of carrots starts rotting, I have pretty much two options. One, throw them out, just bin them, forget about them. Okay, I'm not going to make a soup, and let's just, call it as it is. Or peel the rotten skin and make a soup there and then. Take an action, make a decision. Either throw it out, forget about that. Make a soup, forget about that. But I need an end to that process. What I didn't do, and I don't think you do, but let me know if that's something you do, I don't leave the bag of carrot in my kitchen floor and watch them to rotten further until it becomes moldy and slimy and green and, you know, liquidy and disgusting. I don't do that. Do you? So if we don't do that with a bag of carrot, why are we doing that with our thoughts, with our experience, with our past? We need a closure. We need to accept, okay, this is something happened. You might not be happy with that, you know, about that, but you try to learn from it and improve on. But you don't carry it with you. Just, that's it. Forget about it and move on. So how can we live in the day, in the present, in that moment? How we can focus on what's happening every single day when we wake up? We are given an opportunity for life. There and then we can make a difference. This is what we own. This is what we can control, and this is what we can, as I said, make a difference to it. So living in a day-tight compartment, this is the key. Don't think about, you know, what happened. This is a new day, a new start. I have another 24 hours to make a difference. I have another opportunity to do it. Right, wrong, my way, other people's way, whatever way. This is the moment. And I recommend it on, you know, my Facebook group, on the post, to watch the 50 First Dates. If you haven't watched it yet, this is a so-called romantic movie where, you know, a guy would like to, you know, like have a romantic relationship with a girl called Lucy. And Lucy had an accident a couple of years back, and since then she lost her short-term memory. And Henry, who is the guy, would need to every single day meet her and charm her and, you know, start a relationship from scratch, because Lucy wouldn't remember the next day what happened on the previous day. By the way, that's the saddest movie ever. It moves me emotionally so badly. I couldn't watch it for years, but I rewatched it again because I thought it's so relevant, and it gives me the message, or not just a message, an example, a clear example. This is what we need to do. We need to be Henry. We need to wake up and we need to appreciate the day as a new day. And you need to do it with your family, with your friends, but especially when you're looking for a job and you are applying for an interview. It might be your 20th time. It might be your 30th time that you need to write down, you know, a tailored cover letter, or you need to tailor your CV to the job advertisement, or you need to ping the recruiter, or you need to find out or do the research on another company all over again. But remember, the interviewer or the hiring manager or whomever you have, or an agent, you know, contact for the job, is a Lucy. Never heard about you before. They don't know about your successes, your failures, any of the history, what you had with your previous recruiters, with previous Lucys, and with anything. And might be boring for you to tell the recruiter 1,000 times your career story, your motivation, your, you know, skills, your strengths, your weaknesses. You could be bored to hell to repeat yourself so many times, but that's the first time for them to hear about you. And you need to put the same smile, enthusiasm, energy into that, because if you don't do that, they're going to write you off there and then, in that moment, no matter how great you are. And you need to do that from the very beginning when you apply for the job. And you need to be conscious about the whole process, how you do it when you submit your application. So treat every recruiter as a Lucy, and you should be a Henry every single time when you submit your application, or when you are preparing for an interview, and when you go for an interview. Don't think about 6 rounds that you might need to attend. What am I going to say? And oh my God, another time. Doesn't matter. There and then you're going for that interview. You're going to have a chat with that particular interviewer, Lucy. This is where your focus needs to go on. And this is what you should be happy about that. I gave you a short example for today, and I leave you with that. I was always wondering, when I was a kid, why my mom was so happy to wash the dishes after a Sunday lunch. We didn't have a dishwasher at that time, obviously, that was a long time ago. And I was wondering why she's so happy. And you know what? I get it now. She only needed to wash 4 plates at a time. She didn't think about those plates that she had already washed over, a period of 10, 20 years ever since she got married, or started helping out to her parents. And she obviously wasn't thinking about the number of plates and dishes she is going to wash in her whole lifetime. That's ahead of her. She didn't see those, big pile of plates. Otherwise, she probably wouldn't have been so happy washing those 4 plates every Sunday. But she was extremely happy doing that task because there were only 4 plates in front of her to wash. So that's what I suggest to you. Be hairy, treat recruiters as sluices, and only wash 4 plates at a time. Thanks for being with me today. I hope I see you soon again. Bye.